Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, start.
Start. Give him the armband. Best player. Better than De Bruyne. Better than Ozil.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ladsfootyshow. I'm your host, Viejo. This is my co-host,
Keeks.
And today we got a very special guest, my boy, Connelldinho. What's up, man?
How you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. Of course. Pleasure. So for you guys that are very active on football TikTok, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen Connelldinho. Very viral videos. A heavy Man United fan. Is there any other team you support?
The Irish national team, of course. But, yeah, Man United is my club, so.
You're like of Irish descent? You're from Ireland?
Yeah. Both my parents.
Oh, okay, that's dope. All right, before we get started, guys, to get all your kids, make sure to check out FPT Sports. Use code LADSFOOTY for 15% off, of course. And now let's get into the video. So first off, Connelldinho, like where did this TikTok account start? Like what was your background, your footy, when did you start playing? So some personal questions to start off.
Yeah, cool. So, I've been a fan, my whole life, playing my whole life, like most kids. And during, COVID, I saw, footy TikTok was popping, everybody was making, memes and edits and stuff. And I would go comment on a bunch of them. And, I got, mad involved with the community. And then one day I was like, yo, why don't I just go make my own videos? So I made, maybe a handful of edits. And they were doing really bad. And I was like, all right, let's just go start talking, start putting my face in it. Because I feel like people react more when they can see a face. And from there, I kind of just started, enjoying it. I got a few comments and then just kept going with it.
Are you one of those people that, were the early TikTokers? Or, did you get into it, a bit later on? Because with us, we started, in 2022. We're, a bit late to it.
Yeah, that's me too. I was a bit late. I was a follower in 2020 and 2021, and then early 2022. I think February I started making my own videos. So a little bit late.
Yeah, man, I've been following you even before we started the account. I would always be watching your videos. Your videos would always pop up on my For You page.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, but you're creative. I see that you're very creative. Does the idea pop up it just pops up and you decide to make it, or you plan stuff?
Yeah, a little bit of both. Being a fan, we kind of know the community, right? Same with you guys. What the fans are of football, like your followers, supporters, everybody's going to say. So it's kind of you just got to, sometimes you got to bait them to make them say something. Sometimes you got to say something they'll agree with. And, being on TikTok, we know the trends, we know what's going on. So you kind of just put out what you want to see yourself. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Now, let's get into the big game of the weekend. We got two Manchester United fans here, so it'll be more of a Man U-oriented video, but let's for sure get into this. So, instant reactions to the FA Cup final as Man United fans.
Not good enough. Not good enough to begin with. Just conceding 15 seconds into the match is absolutely embarrassing. It makes no sense whatsoever, man.
Yeah, it just sucks. It was just terrible all around, in my opinion. But I think it was necessary. I think we needed that. We needed a humbling.
But to be honest, because I'm a Madrid fan, we obviously got battered. You could tell Ten Hag really, he came in with good tactics, but I feel like that early goal on Gundogan, that just completely changed the game.
It set the tone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it differentiated between us and City. Bro, if we concede 15 seconds in, we're not there yet. You know what I mean? We don't have the mentality to concede 15 seconds in and still win a game.
Yeah.
So
no, but I gotta give props to you guys at least, because it was only 2-1.
Yeah.
And this Man City team right now is easily capable of beating anyone 4-0. But you guys held it down. Unfortunately lost, but it happens. But
yeah.
Now there's some talking points throughout this game besides the scoreboard. First off, David De Gea, he won the Golden Glove for, what was it? The league?
Yeah, the league. 16 clean sheets.
To me, that's crazy. To me, there's better goalkeepers in the league, but
100%.
Hands down.
Yeah. What are you guys' take on that? Do you think he deserved it?
Our center back pairings, Lisandro Martinez and Varane, absolutely carried him throughout the majority of the season.
Yeah.
He's a great shot stopper. When the ball's in front of him, he'll more likely get a hand on it. But in terms of De Gea being our number one, I can't anymore. I think it's time. Thank you for everything you've done, David. But it's time to move on. You can't be our number one. You have to at least be challenged to be the number one. There is not a single goalkeeper in our club that even challenges De Gea.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm happy for him that he got it, but I think he should close the book. You know what I'm saying? Like you said,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be our number one. He's not necessarily a legend at United, but he's tarnishing his reputation every single week by continuing to play first. So I think he should close it on a good note. But I think we both know it's not going to close now.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say close it, but like Ten Hag's been saying, he said that they're gonna bring in a goalkeeper to enforce like that position to either make his games better or take him onto the bench. But in reality, I don't think he should leave. I think he should stay at Man U. Obviously, the freaking mistakes are way too much.
Yeah.
But without a doubt, I think they should bring in a young goalkeeper with a bright future, and who knows, maybe he takes his spot. Like Dean Henderson, but he obviously left to a different team.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Overall, what do you guys rate his overall time at Man U, though?
9 out of 10.
9?
Until recency, it's been poor that he's picked up, a couple mistakes here and there, but undoubtedly one of the greatest goalkeepers of our generation, and we were blessed to have him in the United jersey.
Yeah, I'd say overall I give him like a 8, 7 out of 10. I think his highest moments were 10 out of 10s, and his lowest moments were like 2 out of 10. So I think overall probably like an 8 though.
Evens out.
Yeah.
I think his best season was 14-15 when he had like the mohawk.
14-15.
It was that save he did like on Jagielka versus Everton that year. I remember I did edits on him too on Vine. He was actually insane that year. But just towards the years, he would just get too many mistakes. Like, I mean, this year I don't know, man. Some of the mistakes he's made, like that one against West Ham, and it was just P-rolled in. I was just like, bro.
Yeah.
He makes incredible saves out of nowhere, out of nothing, and lets in some of the most
he does.
Embarrassing chances.
He makes the hard parts
ever.
look easy, and he makes the easy parts look hard.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the problem, bro. Like, he has the ability to go single-handedly win us a game, but at the same time, he's the liability to like single-handedly lose us a game. So it's too.
He's the reason we lost to Sevilla. He's the reason Sevilla have 7 Europa Leagues.
Yeah, bro.
And that's very true. I forgot about that.
That's it.
Yeah,
now let's get to another player. One player that before joining Man U was one of my favorite players in the world, and since his time at Man U, I feel like some Man U fans are getting a bit, I guess you could say, desperate with him. Jadon Sancho. What are your takes on Jadon Sancho right now? He's been there for 2 years now.
Yeah, bro. I think 100% like so underwhelming, bro. Like so underwhelming. Like we came in like expecting this generational talent. Like, he was a generational talent. Like, he was him. And then he came in, and it's like we got a new excuse every week, bro. And there's so many other youngsters waiting that like it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, how much longer are we gonna give him?
So are you like getting tired of the patience, or would you still like give him?
100%. I mean, like me, like as you guys might know from my TikToks, bro, I'm a huge Garnacho fan, right? Like I love him, and I think like you look at those two, right? Like Sancho can go 6-7 games straight, full 90s, and create 3 chances out of all those games. Then Garnacho, he's out for 2 months, comes back as a sub, in like 14 minutes he scores a goal. It's just the difference, So
I just think Jadon Sancho, he's very hesitant with every decision he makes. Like I wouldn't say he's scared to make like a 1v1, but I think his game is too slow. Like even at Dortmund, he wasn't the fastest player, but it was just his IQ, and he just had that big man up top in Haaland. But with Garnacho, 18 years old, comes in as a sub all the time, blistering pace, isn't scared. If he makes a mistake, damn well he's gonna get another one and just continue. That's why I love him so much. I'm one of the few non-Man U Garnacho lovers.
I think the biggest difference has probably got to be the confidence. Garnacho comes in and wants to make a difference every single time he comes off the bench. Every single time he starts a game, he looks like he wants to make a difference. He wants the ball to his feet. He wants to do those one-on-ones to the fullbacks. He wants to beat you with pace. Jadon Sancho, he shows glimpses of that, but it's really rare for him to show a bit more confidence or show more directiveness on the field. He doesn't really have that I guess that just confidence is the only word I can throw at, because it's just been the World Cup. He took a break from the team. Ten Hag gave him, the time to, do his thing, mental health. It's very important shit as a football player.
Yeah.
But I feel like he has not returned the favor whatsoever to Ten Hag.
100%. Yes.
And if that's the case, with Anthony also being injured for, I still don't even know for how long, is there really and like is Sancho even a number one option even more? Even I don't think so.
Yeah, and then again too, you got guys like, unfortunately he's not getting a lot of minutes, but Pellistri, he's a great winger. You got someone like Ahmad who just had an amazing loan spell. Like he's
Oh
coming
man,
back.
I love Amad Diallo, man.
He's amazing. So
I need him back in the main team, to be honest.
exactly right. That's someone that we need, and when he comes in, it's like how much farther down can Jadon Sancho go? You know, in the
Yeah.
pecking order.
Do you believe Garnacho deserves the number 7?
100%, bro. 100%. I would
Yeah,
say 110%. Yeah. Nah,
It's,
No
it's inevitable.
way.
It's kind of inevitable at this time.
yeah, bro. I think, bro, everyone knows he loves Ronaldo, right? So let him go be that CR7 he wants to be, and let him make it like an AG7. Like let him be him. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to. The kid wants it. Yo, he's 18 years old. He wants to start. He wants to. He hates losing. He cares so much about the team. Like, go give it to him. Let him be the man he wants to be. I don't think we should hold him back. We hold players back. It's not gonna help them. You know. I think let him go.
The guy played, 22 minutes in the FA Cup final and ended up looking like one of the most devastating players. Looked like he put literally his all into it.
Yeah,
That's,
bro.
That's the heart. That's the number 7 that Man United need.
Exactly. And I think, look at the other options, right? Look at the other options for 7. It's like, I don't know. I mean, Anthony, but
Is there
Anthony
other
gets-
options? Is there even other options?
Right? Exactly. People just want to give Anthony number 7 because he does skill moves. Like, I like Anthony, but like, the only reason I give him 7 is because he's fancy. You wouldn't give him 7 for his play style. You know what I mean? It's literally just the tricks that he
Nah,
does.
man, not at all.
I
It
think
literally is written in the stars for Garnacho to get the 7. Huh? Ronaldo was 18 as well when he got it.
Hmm.
Yeah. He's a direct winger. He wants to go score goals, wants to be a big name. Like, let him take it, bro. Let him be 7.
I think the only thing that could let Garnacho down in the future is if he doesn't stay disciplined and if he doesn't stay humble.
Yeah.
Someone in that Man U roster, or like many players, have to keep his feet on the ground.
Mhm.
They have to keep him disciplined because once he loses that, we don't want to see like a Neymar situation where
Yeah.
we don't know what could have happened.
That's where Ten Hag comes into play, in terms of discipline and being the right manager for the job. He's not afraid to tell you if you know you're being a douchebag. If you're underperforming, he's not afraid to tell you that you're going to sit the bench because you're not good enough. He will let you know and tell you exactly what you need to hear.
Yeah, and I think even at preseason or the beginning of the season, there was an issue with Garnacho showing up late or something, or was giving attitude in preseason. So he said, "All right, you're not coming with us." And then Garnacho, he stepped up. So, like you said, Ten Hag, he's going to be the biggest part in keeping Garnacho, on the straight path.
Facts.
Now another player we got to talk about. Also been at Man U for a while now. The Ballon d'Or clause himself, Anthony Martial. To me, one of the most overrated players in recent history, because in past seasons, Anthony Martial gets like 2 good games and Man U fans are always, oh, he's back. I never saw that with this kid. Never. But now I feel like he has to leave. The patience has definitely run out.
It hurts. It hurts because it's one of these players that you've seen come in as a young baller waiting to make his name, like in the Premier League. And for a moment, it really looked like it was gonna happen. It looked like we found our new French star, our new number 9. Injuries happened. More injuries happened. He just never was the same. COVID hit. He played the best football he ever played in his life.
Yeah, I would admit that. He was insane during
Lockdown
COVID.
Martial was one of the best strikers I've seen in the Prem.
The Prem?
But it just, at the end of it, Man United need a better number 9. They need a good number 9. Martial just cannot be our number 1 anymore.
Yeah, like he's definitely a good footballer. Like I think he's one of the, technically he's a great footballer. He's one of the top in the Prem when he's on his day, when he's, fully fit. But he's never fully fit, so it's
Never
like
fully fit.
I think he
Never.
missed 33 games this season. Like that's over 50% of the season. So it's like if he's meant to be our striker, like come on, you can't be missing that many games. It's ridiculous. And then, he had a great preseason and he had a good the beginning of the season was great, and then he goes out and gets injured for like 7 games. Then he comes back, can only play 10 minutes, can only play 20 minutes. So the injuries are just, I don't think it'll get any better for him. So it's definitely time for him.
Well, that's really been the same story the past 3 seasons. He always has a good preseason.
Yeah.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
He always looks like, oh, Martial's gonna have a brilliant season. Same with Sancho. He was saying during preseason, invest in your stocks. Jadon Sancho's going to be our best player this season.
It had to happen. It was supposed to be this season.
It was. And since it wasn't, then it's definitely done. Like, this would have been it, but it wasn't, so it's over now, I think.
Now, another question about Man U. Who do you think is the most underrated player at Man U? A player that doesn't get his props?
Me personally, bro, I think, like, everyone knows United have, like, one of the most reactionary fan bases, like, without a doubt. But if you put all the, ideas and agendas aside, I personally think Anthony had the most underrated season. Out of all of our club, I think Anthony had the most underrated season.
Interesting.
You look at our forwards and our wingers. You look at our wide players. How many of them are actually direct, like Anthony and Garnacho? Mm-hmm. How many of them actually want to pick up the ball and take a shot at the goalkeeper? Give or take that, most of the shots he takes are never hitting the target, or he takes too many shots and he doesn't pick the right pass. Sometimes it can be very frustrating, but those are just little tinkerings you can do. It's his first season at the club. It's his first season in a new league, and obviously the Premier League also being a reactionary community. Mm-hmm. Everyone was just like, oh yeah, flop. But in reality, he was a standout player for Ten Hag for a bit.
Yeah,
and there's no denying that he's only going to get better.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think a lot of fans got this false idea that he was going to come in and score like 30 goals a season. Like,
in his first season, it was embarrassing.
It's crazy. I mean, bro, he got 15 goals and assists total. As a 22-year-old right winger, your first season in the Prem at Man United, like a big club, I think that's great. I think that's a great start. And I think the only thing, like we said, the whole skills, people think he's like Neymar, people think he's Ronaldo, people think he's this. If he didn't have people saying this about him, and if his price tag wasn't so high, everyone would say he's one of the best signings of the season. So I think it's his price tag and his name that hurt him, but I think he was the most underrated.
I think Anthony just simply has to finish his end product. Once he completes that, then you guys have a good winger for a while. I think it will be like another Vinny situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vinny wasn't his finishing, his crossing, didn't get many assists. It was terrible, but he still drove at players, still completed many dribbles. There's the same thing with Anthony. Who knows, next year he completely elevates his game and we see the 100 million euro player Man U signed.
Exactly, bro. Hopefully.
That price tag just comes with Manchester United in general. Obviously, when Man United come knocking, you're gonna wanna we have the money, we have the funds to break the bank. So obviously they were like 75, nah, give us 100.
Yeah.
Man United are obviously capable of throwing 100 at a player, so we got a lot of shit for it. But in reality, I like Anthony, and I'm more than like happy with him being at the club, him being my right wing, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I love it, and I think, bro, in 2023, 100 million, it's kind of normal now these days, So
at this point, it's kind of regular.
I would
especially when you're young.
Yeah.
Now give us some. What do you think have been some positives about Man U season? Obviously, you guys won the Carabao Cup, but in terms of league, you guys finished what, third, fourth?
Third, yep.
Third. What do you think has been some of the positives of Man U season?
Obviously, like you said, the trophy. Like we went 6-7 years without a trophy. Getting a trophy, that's a huge positive. Yeah, that's ridiculous, but I mean,
was too much for Manchester United to go 6-7 years without a trophy. It was kind of bad.
Painful, but then again, it becomes a positive now. Sadly, it's a positive, but winning a trophy is a positive. I think we had a lot of good, patches during the season. I think there was one point we had like 11 games undefeated. We had win streaks of like 9-8 games in a row. So I think that was good. And I think we're playing, like we said, minus Jadon Sancho, I think we're playing much more direct football, much more attacking football. And to me, I love that. So we're back in the Champions League next year.
Minus Jadon Sancho.
Minus Sancho. So we're back in Champions League. So if we can keep up this momentum and keep, winning these multiple games in a row, playing, attacking, I think it's only going to get more positive. So I like most of the season, though.
It's some crazy thing. It's crazy shit, too, because we won a trophy. Arsenal spent 93%. First place. They didn't win nothing. They have won absolutely nothing. And for them to try to come to tell us that we had a bad season is kind of crazy. Can't lie.
You look at 2023 and 40 years from now, people are going to see, Man United, domestic trophy, Arsenal, no trophy. They're not going to care that Arsenal finished second, we finished
absolutely
third, right?
Nothing.
So we had the better season. We won a trophy they didn't. End the conversation.
I'm also an Arsenal fan, but I don't want to say Man U's had a better season. You guys were barely making top four for a bit.
We were throwing top four. We were throwing away top four.
We were first place for 92% of the season. We've had brilliant moments, but at the end of the day, we didn't win a trophy. But the only thing that we take out from this is we have one of the youngest squads in the Prem, and the fact that we're competing with Man City throughout the whole season, that's just a high. And who knows, the next 3 years we're in the Champions League now. Who knows what this young team will reach, and we still have many players to bring in. So
yeah, the Champions League funds.
I guess I'll give it to you guys for this season since you guys want to care about Cup, but I believe we had better moments, like just moments.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I mean, like, yeah, of course you guys had better moments. You guys were pushing for the league. You guys were fighting for the league. So every last-minute goal you guys scored was limbs, but it was all for nothing. So
yeah, exactly.
Now, what have been some negatives about Man U season? Wait. Sorry. Forget. Before I bring that up, I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up Casemiro. Casemiro's been a freaking blessing to you guys.
Nah, he's been
he's
a blessing.
world class. World class. You can't even say nothing about Casemiro. It's regular. He's a regular performer. Better than Rodri. Better than Partey.
100%.
Casemiro's best.
Better than Rodri?
Yes, better than Rodri.
Yeah. No doubt.
Casemiro had a way better game in that FA Cup final than Rodri did. Rodri was gassed by the 50th minute. There was nothing he could do. If Eriksen wasn't using his second heart to play in the first half, I think we could have played a much better game.
Yeah.
Bruno playing right mid was I hate when he forces him to right mid.
So
he gets it done, but there's just so many better players. This final I think was meant for Garnacho to start, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, bro. The only negative with Casemiro is like if Casemiro makes a mistake, we have nobody to cover for him. We don't have the depth in the squad and the midfield like Eriksen, bro. Eriksen does not defend, so it's like any flaw about Casemiro is just like it's on United's fault. Like, oh, we don't have somebody to swap in for him. We don't have another midfielder to cover for him. So I think any negative besides his red cards, which get me tight, and his suspensions, I think Casemiro is easily the best defensive mid.
It was his timing. It was his timing of the red cards and the suspensions because we'd have the most important game coming up, and then boom, he's suspended for the next one. That shit was.
You guys still would have lost. Man. If you guys had Casemiro, you guys still would have lost.
Nah, we would have won, bro. We would have won.
Odegaard dances on Casemiro.
Nah, man, it would have been Raz.
Odegaard dances on anyone.
That's when Rashford was cooking. So nah, there was no chance.
Yeah, it's just I was just fortunate.
I mean, you guys had Fred, but
I like Fred.
Fred's just a different build compared to Casemiro. He's pretty weak. He's just
talk about underrated players. I think I can throw Fred in that list. I don't know. I really like the way he plays sometimes. I think last game against he normally handles De Bruyne pretty well for some reason, but not this game. Not that FA Cup. He was tired. They ran us out for the whole game. We had no midfield positions to change. I think McTominay could have came on a little faster. Like I said, Eriksen should only be playing a half at the max. He just doesn't have the stamina for it anymore, especially to play a midfield like Man City. Yeah, just shouldn't have happened the way it did.
Yeah, and not even just the FA Cup, but overall the whole season. Bro, Fred has never once complained about playing the 6 or playing the holding midfielder, and he's like traditionally like he's a cam, bro. So he's
like an 8, 10.
Yeah. So yeah, he plays for the club. He's never complains, always at least tries to put in a shift, even if it's bad. He's working that whole time. So Fred is definitely underrated.
He's a workhorse. Yeah, that's why I got to give him the benefit of the doubt for.
100%.
All right, now let's get into the Man U start bench keep. Have you seen one of these before?
Yeah, I have, but I've never done one. So.
All right, so I'm gonna run down through the majority of the players. Obviously, I'm not gonna say like Tom Heaton and all these backups, but let's get into the main positions. All right, let's start off in goal. David De Gea. We'll do you first and then Keeks. All right, so David De Gea.
Bench. I would definitely bench De Gea.
Yeah, bench. I can agree with that.
All right, next. Victor Lindelof.
Yeah, bench.
It's just another one of these players that always throwing 100% when they're always playing. And the fact that he had to play next to Harry Maguire for the majority of his United career kind of sucked for him. It made him look even worse. It made everyone looked at Lindelof and like, oh yeah, he plays next to Maguire. He sucks. It's really like looked bad on him because when you see him paired up with Lisandro, you see him paired up with Varane, he's just as good as they both are on his day. He can easily be a quality center back for us. But I think just because, like I did mention, those two big names and those two are more likely going to be our number ones, and he'd probably have to be benched.
Phil Jones.
Con.
Get him out.
Why? He should be there for like.
He's fucking chewing up our salary wages
for the bands.
2, he still has refusing to give up the number 4.
Oh, that's true.
He still hasn't given that shit up. He hasn't been playing for years and still has the number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, he doesn't play. There's no reason for him to be there and just eating up our salary.
I mean, in 2023, bro, there's no positive of having Phil Jones in your club.
Just for the bands, I would keep him just to have him there as like a funny vet player, bro. Like Man City with Scott Carson.
Yeah,
But Phil Jones is a meme. I would keep him there. Like as a
Nah,
fan,
man.
I would love to keep him
Too
there.
much. He makes too much money. He has to
Yeah.
get the fuck out.
How much does he make?
He makes like a top 5 fucking salary or something.
Are you serious?
Something stupid like that. I think Louis Van Gaal fucking cashed him out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And he's just been riding on that contract.
Harry Maguire.
Yeah, so get him out. Going.
So
Mhm.
I heard they're paying him. I heard they're gonna buy out his contract.
Yeah, hopefully.
Dang.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
What team do you think would? What was that?
I was gonna say, yeah, he's definitely Prem. Like he's a Prem player, just not at Man United.
No,
What team do you think would suit his play style?
Luton,
Louis.
Luton Town.
Yeah, Al Nassr. I don't know. Send him out somewhere. Far away.
Nah, in the Prem, definitely a team that plays with the 3. So,
Maguire can't play with the 3.
dude, he was so good at Leicester.
He needs to play with the 5. He needs as much help as he can possibly get.
Yeah, 3-5, almost the same. But I think he'd definitely go to like a
He doesn't
like a
play,
West Ham type.
He
team,
doesn't play
something like
European
that.
football. No way. He doesn't play European football for any Premier League club.
No way.
Nah, he's just not good enough.
Not even
good
Conference
enough.
League.
Nah, not even Conference League, man.
I think he would be a good player for like a West Ham type team, like a top 12
Yeah, I could see
type
that.
Premier League team.
Mid-table. Yeah.
I mean, we can't forget what he did at Leicester, and you guys bought him for 80 million somehow.
Mourinho.
All right, next player, Lisandro Martinez.
Start.
100% starts.
He's definitely surprised me this season. I definitely didn't think he was gonna have as good of a season as he did. Majority of the reasoning was because of his height, but he definitely proved me wrong. He's been a dog, actual dog.
The height wasn't a problem when Arsenal were trying to sign him for 50 million, but when United took over, it became he was a midget out of nowhere.
No, it was that Edu Gaspar Hezi. He made you guys buy him for more than he should have been. We never wanted him. We just gave him an offer, and you guys took the bait. You guys took the
Nah,
bait.
we're just rich like that. Just throw cash at whoever.
That's like
Definitely
lazy
doesn't
ball.
work.
We gave Ajax like 200 M's in like a preseason.
But do you rate Lisandro highly?
Yeah, I'd say I put him up there with top 3 center backs in the league, no doubt.
This season?
Yeah, 100%.
Agreed. 100%.
Top 5. I want to say top 3.
Who would you put?
Top 5 is cool.
Like, who would be your top 5?
John Stones, Ruben Diaz, William Saliba, Lisandro. Was that 4?
Mm-hmm.
And
Throw Varane in there. I know you want to.
no, Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel's had a way better season than Varane.
Saying Gabriel
has had
Varane
a
is
way.
ridiculous.
No, it's not.
Ridiculous.
Varane's top 10, but he's not. He didn't have a better season than Gabriel.
Yeah?
No way.
Who won the trophy and who didn't?
Who finished second?
What do you get? What do you get out of that?
Who almost won the Prem?
Almost.
Malacia.
I like Malacia. Makes a little kind of iffy, kind of pisses me off sometimes, but for the most part, he plays for the club. I like it.
I think it was really only the last 2 months where he's had a handful of mistakes, but besides that, I loved him the whole season, so I'll definitely keep.
Varane.
Keep depending on like start, but depending on our transfer window, you know, because I think there's.
You don't think he's like a guaranteed like for next year?
I don't think he's old, but I think like he's getting a little bit further down his career. He's not getting any younger, you know what I mean? And he's having a handful of injuries. I think if we bring like a big star, like someone like Kim and Jay, for example, I think then
I was about to mention him too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he-
50
that looks like a strong link.
50 M's on the buyout clause. That's nothing.
That's definitely a monster. That's another Stam right there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
What do you say for
Varane, no, keep 100%.
you want to say star?
Not yeah, for the most part. Just because the transfer window hasn't even started yet, I'll probably say start.
Yeah.
As things stand, he's star number 1.
Yeah, as of right now, 100%.
Diogo Dallo.
Dang. I'm on the fence between start and bench, but 100% keep. But it's just him and Basaka. It's always up and down. It's one or the other. So 50% of the season, I'll say start. 50% of the season, I'll say bench.
it's like that start of the season. Dalot was our number one, and there was no changing that whatsoever. I don't know what got into Wan-Bissaka, but he finally figured out how to dribble and pick up the ball with his feet.
Yeah, bro.
And I think as long as he can continue with the way he's going and being undoubtedly the best one-on-one defender in the league, I think a bench would have to go for that. I think I'd have to bench Dalot.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It literally came out of nowhere. Wan-Bissaka looked like he was definitely leaving like on free or something. There was like no getting into the squad for him. And out of nowhere, he just... What game was it that he came back? He just had a brilliant performance.
Dalot just started underperforming, and Ten Hag was like, "Here, you're gonna sit the bench. We're gonna play Wan-Bissaka." And
basically, like post World Cup, just Dalot fell off. And
pretty much.
Yeah, and just Wan-Bissaka just hasn't looked back.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw.
Start best left back.
Mm-hmm.
Now Wan-Bissaka.
Same with the low 50-50 start and bench. So it's one or the other. I can't pick.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have.
I'm gonna start Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. Right now, yeah, start.
Ooh, Brandon Williams.
Yeah, he was with Phil Jones, bro. He can leave. He's gone.
Yeah, he's just
How you compare to
he just never fulfilled it. He never fulfilled it. He had the opportunity to when Luke Shaw was injured, and he never took advantage of it. He's not Man United material. He's not Champions League material.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, how old is he? Like 21?
23 already, no?
No way.
23, yeah, 22, 23. Either way.
Let me see right here. Oh, 22. He's 22.
22, yeah.
I just think he's so low on the pecking order. We have Malacia and Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw can play both left back and center back. Malacia can play right back if needed. Not really necessary, but yeah, no, Brandon Williams does not get even taste of the bench.
Yeah, I think we look at the transfer before we look at him.
What was that?
I'd say we look at like the transfer market before we look at him again.
Yeah.
I think even Lissandro could do a job at left back.
Lissandro could play left back. He stands no chance.
He's so down the second order.
Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah, start.
Give him the armband. Best player. Better than De Bruyne. Better than Ozil.
No. Oh yeah, he said he's better than Ozil and De Bruyne like before this as well.
I would say he can argue. He could talk to De Bruyne. He could definitely talk to De Bruyne. Like,
but it's because
Bruno doesn't appear in big games.
Based on eye candy, obviously, when you're looking at Kevin De Bruyne, I don't think there's not a lot of players you can say that are more better to watch or more fun to watch than Kevin De Bruyne. Mm-hmm. Undoubtedly, probably the best midfielder the Premier League has ever seen. But when you really look at the goals and what they create, what they do for their team, Bruno Fernandes is really not far behind from Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, he does everything he needs to do and more. So I think the Ozil conversation, I don't know. I think Ozil is one of the greatest ever. De Bruyne, he could talk to De Bruyne, definitely.
I don't know about that. De Bruyne's about to do a treble right now.
Nah, man. Lukaku just bagged Megan Thee Stallion. He's gonna ball out.
Wait, have you made a video about that?
Nah, I thought about it, but I haven't even made one. But I don't even know what to make about that. That's such a random thing.
I know. Some like I don't even know. You have to make a video about it. That'll be funny.
Hat trick against City.
It depends on how the game goes. Then the videos will come out.
You do like Lukaku once he sees Megan Thee Stallion in the stands.
Yeah, if he bags, then those videos are probably gonna bang.
Yeah, nah.
He has to score.
If Hincha wins and Lukaku scores like at least a one goal, definitely.
100%.
Christian Eriksen.
So get rid of him, I think.
No.
Thank you. Well, he did one of the best free transfers. He was a steal. He came back and delivered throughout the first half of the season, but it really looks like the age is starting to get to him, and he's slowly but surely like falling down the pecking order. And I think in order for Man United to succeed, we need better players, more sustainable players behind Bruno Fernandes. I don't think Eriksen being the 8 is what we really need right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just there's not much more you can get out of him, bro. He's old, and it's like he did a good job, but I think we had a way better season when he was out than when he was in all fairness.
It's crazy. At the beginning of the season, I remember when you guys beat us the first game, he was like one of your guys' best players. When did that start like dropping?
Just because all our players sucked. Nobody realized like what the fuck was going on. So he kind of like set the tempo for everybody, showing everybody that this is how we have to play.
Low key.
Everybody looked off on that. It was cool. For the most part, in the locker room, he brings it. Like I said, he's a veteran. The guy's been playing in the league for ages. He's finally gotten a trophy. Fucking Spurs were scuffing him throughout his whole career. We helped him get a trophy. You know, thank you, Eriksson. But yeah, time at United, it's just we're on a path that Christian Eriksen just doesn't fit into.
Yeah, 100%.
Sabitzer?
Yeah, look. I don't even know, bro. Like that was the most underwhelming loan I've ever seen. Like I
Back to Bayern. Back to Bayern.
Yeah, get out.
He's
Go
cool.
on.
Thank you, but it was cool.
Yeah.
You had that one goal in Europa League, and that's about it, huh?
Scored a brace.
Yeah, the Braves.
Scored a brace. We still didn't win that game, and then and the rest is kind of history.
That sums up his whole loan. That one game sums up his whole loan.
Freggy?
I like will be kind of sad if he leaves. To be honest, I'll be sad.
Sad?
Yeah.
I would definitely be sad if he leaves, but I know it's necessary if we want to go on and like charge for multiple trophies a season.
So definitely, you guys would want him.
I think I'd bench him. I'd bench Fred. I don't think we can. I don't think we'd have to get rid of him just because, like I said, of the workhorse and how much effort he puts in when he's on the pitch. Obviously, that can be coming in as like a third choice midfielder, 80th minute substitution. You know, just to finish the job and keep that press up.
Mm-hmm.
But like in terms of starting, yeah, I can definitely agree with the fact that we can do with better midfielders. So I'd probably bench him.
Yeah, bench is fair.
Casemiro?
Start.
Yeah, no doubt. Starts for
No
everything.
words needed.
Nah, no words. Unless he has a red card, but we're cool with that.
This is a good one. Donny van de Beek.
Dang.
Poor guy, man.
I
Kind of
think-
feel bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna happen with him at United.
It just didn't work. It just didn't work.
Even with the own manager that made him flourish at Ajax, it didn't even happen.
Yeah.
He finally got a chance in the Carabao and fucking snapped his knee. It was over after that, man.
Poor guy. I think I don't think it'll ever happen at United with him. Hopefully at another club. I really want to see him because, bro, he was so exciting. But I think it's probably better for him to leave.
It's probably the smartest decision on both ends, just because he doesn't want to keep sitting the bench and just watching everybody play, especially when this is his old manager. You know, the one that like kind of got him this recognition, the one that kind of got him this signing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't work out. This injury that hit him was a little too vital, and I think we're probably better off just trying to find a replacement.
Yeah, no doubt.
Scott McSauce?
It's another Fred situation, to be honest, because when these players are on their day, for some reason they look amazing, but it's kind of rare when you see these guys on their day. They're kind of morons, but you kind of like them. Like McFred, like it can't overdo those McFred days. You know, like we had to suffer through those, but I think for McTominay's case, it'd probably have to be so.
I would be like Fred. I'd be on the more likely to bench than sell, but McTominay, I think I'd be like more likely to sell than bench.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, probably sell.
Anthony Martial.
Sell.
Yeah, it just never worked out, man. Has to go.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go. Marcus Rashford.
This one might sound a little crazy, but I don't want to sell him, but I saw someone say this on Twitter, like if we were to ever sell Marcus Rashford, it would be this summer because it's the highest he'll ever go for. And I think that's kind of a fact. I don't want to sell him, but just talking making a positive out of getting rid of Marcus Rashford, it would be this summer. But I would keep him, but that's just an idea.
Nah, man, he's our Mancunian Pele, man. Can't forget. I think
that
would be one of the most heart-wrenching transfers we could do to ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think Rashford's ability to play striker, left wing, maybe right wing if needed, I think his adaptability is just too vital to our team. I think he loves the club too much. I think he's just too important to the side.
Yeah.
In the locker room in general, everybody probably loves Rashford. I'm sure the guy's not an asshole.
Yeah, definitely. No, definitely not.
So I think he has to start. I think if obviously it's kind of a stretch, but I don't see why he can't go on and have a better season than he did this season.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It was just a conversation on Twitter, and I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting because they're like, if we bring in someone like Harry Kane and then Garnacho's developing into this great left wing, where does Rashford fall into? And then we got someone like Pellistri, Ahmad, Anthony on the right wing. Where does Rashford fit? And I was like,
That's true, but you got to look at it as who really needs that world-class left winger right now. Because I think the only option would probably be if Mbappe leaves PSG, and I would see Rashford at PSG, and he loves playing at the Parc de Prince. So
The Park the Rashford.
Parc de Rashford,
Exactly.
or actually him at Barca, because Barca doesn't really have that killer left winger, do they?
Nah. Have they had an English player? Like in recent times?
Recent times, no. Only the pundit. He played for Barca, the English one.
Oh, and no?
No.
No.
Oh, I forgot his name. Jesus. All right, moving on. I forgot his name. Anthony?
Start.
Start. Yeah, I can agree.
No way.
Really?
I would bench him for like the beginning of the season. And if you see him like you see his end product get better, then I would start him. But
The thing is that for the minimum that Sancho, where he does shine on the right hand flank.
Mm-hmm.
He's a much better right winger than he is a left winger, hands down. I don't know what it is about that flip, but he looks way more comfortable on the right hand side.
Yeah.
However, there's just no directivity in him. If Sancho really wants to start and like wants to fight for that position, he needs to get his shit together. That's like the only way I can put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think Anthony's really good on the right wing, but like you said, Sancho is a better right winger than he is a left winger. But is Sancho as a right wing better than Anthony as a right wing? And me personally, I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah.
you guys already brought him up, so Jadon Sancho?
Bench.
Mm-hmm.
Weghorst?
Yeah,
Jesus, man.
You said he was gonna score more than 12 goals. Did he even score 4?
It just like it fit Ten Hag's system. He needed the tall striker. He needed the build-up striker. I thought it was really gonna work. He wasn't doing too bad at Besiktas either. He scored against Argentina in the World Cup. It didn't look too bad. And I'm like, maybe we can get the best out of him with our other players.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, that guy stinks. Yeah, goodbye.
I tried so hard to think of positives. I was like, nah, guys, his link-up play is good.
Oh man, the group chats had me for dead every game he played, man.
No, it's because you would always send me when it was like basically confirmed that Weghorst was signing. You would send me TikToks of like people analyzing how this is gonna benefit Ten Hag's system.
It's because that's the way it was supposed to be. It just it was like set up for it to be at least not the worst loan of the season, but he ended up being the worst player. Yeah, he played he loved playing here at United. He liked playing at Old Trafford. He liked the fans, but in reality, he stinks. Like he sucks. So there's no reason for him to be there anymore.
Yeah, he was man, I expected at least like 5 goals. Like
At the minimum, he got one. He got one in the Europa League.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Last two, Ilanga.
Me, I would bench him. I want to see him at the club, maybe even like a loan, but I don't think we should get rid of him fully.
On the other hand, I'm gonna say sell, just because I think we have way more better wide wingers and we have more better youth players that would, I guess, benefit Ten Hag.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elanga had his chance and he kind of bottled it. Yeah, Anthony got signed. Yeah, it's like Sancho started playing more right wing, but in the end of it, you were there first before everyone. Like you should have claimed your right wing spot when you had the chance. Yeah. Now, say Amad Diallo comes back and we don't want to loan him out. After having a season like he did for Sunderland, after helping them go all the way to the semifinals, I really don't think I don't see why Ten Hag is not going to take him to the preseason and maybe even take him into the main team. Yeah. So with that being said, I think Elanga would probably have to step aside and get sold.
Yeah, I think that's 100% fair. The only like benefit of the doubt I give him is like it's the same situation with Palestri. Like they don't even get the minutes to prove themselves, but that's probably something behind the scenes and training and all that stuff. So.
I think the one thing I like about Elanga compared to like the other wingers in like Rashford and not Rashford, Anthony and Sancho, Elanga's very clinical and he has an eye for goal. And every time he like has a shot, he's lost him in. He has a good shot. Mm-hmm. And Anthony on the other hand is
Anthony scored some screamers this season.
He doesn't even try though. He just shoots and hopes for the best.
It works when it works though.
I mean Martinelli does that. You don't complain.
Martinelli
almost had the same amount of goals as Rashford, and Rashford had a Ballon d'Or season apparently.
Rashford has a trophy. Martinelli didn't.
Martinelli's gonna win the Community Shield. I think Arsenal's playing the Community Shield now that Man City.
Oh, so City won the Community Shield?
No, Arsenal and Manchester City are gonna play the Community.
So City's already won the Community Shield.
No, we're gonna win that.
Okay.
Arteta doesn't lose finals.
Yeah, okay.
And best for last, Alejandro Garnacho.
Start every day of the week, every club in the world. Start 100%.
Is that like your favorite player in the world?
Yeah, no. I have not loved a player like that since like when I saw Ronaldo as a kid. Like Garnacho, 100%, bro. My favorite.
Yeah. It's like the same thing with me and
He
Vinny.
just, man, he plays for the badge at like 100%. The guy's Mancunian, like through and through.
Mm-hmm.
The kid has already the kid already changed the Viva Ronaldo chant. He has his own chant already. The guy is loved by all the fans. The team, the club is backing him to take the number 7. It's like all written for him to succeed at Manchester United. And so I can honestly agree with Start.
Yeah.
I think it's just his time. I think if Ten Hag really wants to get the best out of Ten Hag, he has to start. He has to start playing him way more often.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Now, for the last segment of the episode, let's get into Man U's transfer targets in the summer. What positions or what players specifically should Man U be looking for this summer?
I mean, I don't know about you, bro, but I think we need at least double-digit recruitments. Like, I think we need a lot.
I think like really straight up, we need one out of each position. Meaning, we need a goalkeeper, we need a defender, we need a midfielder, and we need a forward.
Yeah, no doubt.
Can all 4 of those happen in one transfer window?
Yeah.
Maybe, but just because of the new owners, I think we need to clear that up first. And I think before any transfers end up being made, we need to get that ownership thing done with and dealt with, because the off season's already arriving. Preseason's going to start soon, and we still have no idea who our owners are going to be next season.
Yeah, it's holding us back. Like in literally every aspect, it's holding us back. And you look at some clubs, like some clubs are already finalizing deals, and the transfer window, it's June 5th. So
McAllister just signed for Liverpool for like 50 bags or something.
You know,
they've been talking to him since who knows how long. So the second that the season ended, they already finalized it.
Yeah, I mean, and we're moving slow. Like, we're only looking at Mason Mount. Personally, I didn't want him at first, but when someone was like, it's either him or Eriksson, I was like, all right, I'll take Mason Mount. But
see, that's what I also looked at, because like, yes, Mason Mount was underperforming, yeah, but in reality, we're not bringing him to shine. We're not bringing him to increase our midfield. He's not going to start. He's just there for a backup for Bruno Fernandes, and I think Mason Mount is more than capable of being a backup.
But I think he's too big. I want to say too big of a player. Too big of a name to not start though.
Then he better learn how to play the 8, because there's no way he plays the 10 over Bruno Fernandes. Simple.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
What? But you don't know like any players specifically that you would want? Like, let's say Harry Kane.
I want Osimhen. I want Victor.
You want Osimhen over Harry Kane?
I want Osimhen over Harry Kane. Harry Kane is profound and is already a Premier League goal scorer, but why are we gonna pay this guy so much to play peak for like 2 seasons and then start dropping in game? Osimhen still has his whole career ahead of him.
Yeah.
I think if we're really looking for the long run thing, if we really want to star now, then yes, Harry Kane is fine. Harry Kane is an option. But if you really want a long run striker who can bring you that and more for years to come, I think Osimhen is probably our best shot.
Yeah, I mean, look at the last decade, right? The strikers we signed: Ronaldo, Cavani, Van Persie, Ibra. We signed these old strikers who have like 1-2 really good seasons, and then we're kind of back to the starting point again. Back to where we need a striker again. So
yeah,
I think looking for a younger striker would definitely be an option. If we get Harry Kane, I'll be so excited. I'll be, oh yeah, Harry Kane, there we go. Like 30 goals.
No, of course, it's Harry Kane.
Yeah, but if we miss out on him, it's like, all right, it is what it is.
If I was a Man U fan, to me it's a no-brainer that I would want Harry Kane. Man just scored 30 goals in probably the worst Spurs team I've seen in the past. Since Pochettino days, like before Pochettino joined. That's hands down. Well, they finished 8th, 7th. They finished Conference League, didn't they?
Yeah, they finished conference.
They were terrible, and man scored 30 goals, but no one's really talking about it because Haaland scored 36.
Yeah.
Man scored 30 goals.
No one's really talking about it because it's Harry Kane. He's already profound a top Premier
But he's never
League
even
goal scorer.
surpassed 23 in the season.
Yeah, 32 is kind of... It was 32, right?
No, it's
total?
30, I think, exactly.
But no, it's still 30 goals in a season is ridiculous.
And you can't... His hold-up play, he gets assists. The wingers, every time all the wingers he's ever played with, they always flourish. Son, Kulusevski flourished. Richarlison, that doesn't even matter because he's not even a winger.
I agree 100%. Like, Harry Kane is Harry Kane. He's world-class. I just say it more in terms of for the long run because I just know that, like Connell said, we're gonna go to the exact same situation where Harry Kane is underperforming. He's getting old, and now we need a striker again. And it's just a cycle, and I'm tired of it.
Nah, I completely disagree. I think with Kane, that will definitely not happen. Yeah, I think he'll be good till like he's 35. Like his play style, he's a very smart footballer. I don't think his age will really bring him down throughout the years.
I'm happy with either or, hands down. Yeah. But I think my preferred option would just be Osimhen.
I just think despite how good Osimhen's been for Napoli this season, once you're going to Man U, it's a hit or miss. Like you could be as good as you could be in your league, but coming into the Premier for Man U, what is he like 25? You don't know if he'll be good. Yeah, so to me, I would get the for sure Harry Kane. He's proven
that is why that's why it's also good. That's why Osimhen isn't really looked at like as much, just because it is a risk take. Harry Kane like is promised goals and promised like a good number 9 for Man United. I'm not saying Osimhen. I'm honestly I feel like 70%. I'm like 70-30 that Osimhen will thrive at Manchester United. But it's like I said, it's only 70%, so it's still a risk take. Harry Kane is like 99% certain, like to shine in a United jersey.
I think in a perfect world, if we get Harry Kane, we would go buy Harry Kane, however much he's going to be, probably over 100 million. But me personally, I would love to get Evan Ferguson, the Irish kid at Brighton. I think
he's Irish. There you go.
Yeah, he's known. He's good. He's clinical.
He's very good.
Yeah, the guy's a fucking great eye for goal, man.
Yeah, bro. He hasn't played 1,000 minutes in the Prem yet, and he's got 8 goals and assists. Like I think he's gonna be big. I think without a doubt he's gonna.
He's clean. Yeah, Evan Ferguson is tight.
And I hope.
I think this upcoming transfer window would be untouchable due to the fact that Brighton already lost McAllister and they're gonna lose Caicedo. I don't think Brighton are gonna let go of yet another young star they have, and they qualified to the Europa League.
Yeah, I think his story isn't finished at Brighton yet. Like without a doubt, he's got a little bit left. I would say earliest he would leave would be like winter. I could see him leaving in the winter. Say United, we don't get Kane, we get somebody else, doesn't work, an injury. Any situation where we need a striker. And apparently he's a United fan, and we come knocking, I think he would take that straight away. But I think he does have a little bit of time left at Brighton, without a doubt.
If you were Harry Kane, would you go to Man U or would you go to Real Madrid?
I'll go
as crazy as that sounds. Okay.
It's kind of just a no-brainer. It's
is it really a no-brainer? Though?
I think so, just because both teams are massive, but I think Real Madrid is undoubtedly probably the biggest club in the world. I think it's just been that way ever since I started watching ball, and it's always been the same thing for me. To Real Madrid always be the powerhouse, that team everybody knows. You go ask people that don't watch soccer, that don't watch ball, they're probably the two names they're gonna throw at you are more likely gonna be Barcelona and Real Madrid. Simple as. Those are the two names that everybody knows. So I think if Madrid comes knocking, unless you're just a diehard Man United fan. If Madrid comes knocking, there's really not much stopping you from leaving.
Yeah, no, I think if he came to United, I don't think we'll win a Champions League. If Harry Kane comes, I don't think he's going to be the key factor. Like, we're going to go to a Champions League, right? He might win a Prem, he might win, FA.
Because there's.
Like that. But it's like with Madrid, bro, he has a chance to win a Champions League. And that's, bro, I take a Champions League over a Prem any day. So I think Madrid would be a better move.
And I think without a doubt, Harry Kane could be a Ballon d'Or shout if he moves to Madrid. He can hands down be a Ballon d'Or shout.
Yeah.
Or at least within 2 seasons.
Since we're going back to, the nationalities we support, why not Santi Jimenez? Why can't we throw that fan for number 9 into the spot and see what he can do,
Santi's cold,
15 goals in his first season. He won the Eredivisie. He stopped Ajax from winning it, 5 times in a row.
Yeah, bro.
Him and Xavi Simons, or no, not Xavi Simons because he plays for PSV. There's a lot of players in the Eredivisie, to be honest, that I really like, but Santi Jimenez was one of those players that I hated, and I just despised him. I never liked his game. I didn't like his ability. I had nothing to I don't know, just didn't ride my wave, I guess. I watched him come off the bench every single game and create and score and have these fans fall in love with him. So it'd be sick. It'd be sick to see another Mexican number 9 at Manchester United.
Bro, another Chicha? Oh,
That'd be
it's
sick.
green.
It'd be sick.
Oh, it's this kid, huh? He wears
Is it?
this
Yeah,
kid?
it's that one.
Oh my days.
Bro, I feel like
No,
everything that has a Chicharito kit is that exact kit. It's that exact blue and black.
yeah. This the one he scored his face.
It's
with,
like
bro.
his most profound one. Nah, he scored it in the red.
He
in the
scored a
red,
crazy
yeah.
goal with this one too. I think it was the backwards.
Probably
header.
the backwards one. Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
the first goal he scored was with his face.
Mhm.
Wait, is there any Mexican players you like?
I mean, obviously Chicharito, I love. To be honest, bro. I mean, Alvarez at Ajax. Is he injured right now?
No, but he's rumored to go to Borussia Dortmund if Jude
Dortmund.
Bellingham leaves, which is unlikely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch Liga MX and I don't watch a lot of. I mean, the national team, of course, but I think Alvarez for me is like out of all Mexican players I watch right now, I think he's like the most promising. I would say. I think he did a great
He's
job.
a dog.
Yeah, last
Love
season
that
with
someone
Ajax,
it is.
I mean, bro, I would take him at United in a heartbeat. Him and Licha back in the defense, like I think that would be cold. It'd be a good understudy.
He
for
can
Kaale.
play. He could play. Yeah, he could play the DM as well. So when Casemiro gets his, his monthly red card, he can easily slide into that
But
spot.
Edson Alvarez is the same situation with Alvarez and Casemiro.
They both get a
they're guaranteed a yellow card every
They get a
game.
shit ton of red cards.
Yeah, but then it can work, when one's out, the other one swaps in. So I wouldn't mind it.
Wait, do you support the U.S. or you only support Ireland?
I only support Ireland. I mean, Ireland never make anything, bro. So when the U.S. is on, I'll be like, all right, go on. But like, I'm Ireland.
For sure.
Mhm.
All right, to end the episode, we got the Champions League final next week. What are your predictions for that?
Asking two United fans how they feel about a City Champions League final.
Wow,
Wow, that grinds my gears, man.
honestly, bro, of course we want Inter to win. I think they can. I think too many people are ruling them out, thinking like it's gonna be.
It's a final. There's like you can never like be so certain of anything in the final.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I think Inter can do it, and I think it's not a 50-50, but I think like they're not far off from being able to beat City. I think City will win, but I think Inter will definitely give them like a run for their money, 100%.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it will be a very tactical game, and I think Inzaghi has the ability to pull out a masterclass and win like what, a 2-1 or a 1-0. But this will definitely not be like a Man City 5-0, 4-0. It will be a very tactical game. I also believe it will be, for like the non-footy watchers, it will be probably a boring Champions League final. I think it's going to be low scoring, but I think everyone probably knows that Man City is going to win. But if Inter Milan wins, then I don't think anyone should be surprised. Both teams are coming in great form.
Yeah.
They just won a cup too, Inter, same as Man City.
This is City's undoubtedly strongest side they've ever produced. This is one of the best teams that world football has seen in recent times. Pains me to say it, but you have to like respect where respect is due. I'm gonna like shout them out. Haaland has been incredible. Don't like his game. I think he's kind of boring. I really don't like those poacher number 9s. It's really not my thing.
You're just creaming over Santi, and you're
because he's Mexican.
Santi's the
He's
closest thing
Mexican.
to Haaland.
Just because he's Mexican. I'm much more of like a Martial guy. I'm much more of a ball controlling striker. But De Bruyne's been amazing. Gundogan, John Stones playing at the 6 for some reason has just been incredible. Like these guys have no reason for like to not go all the way and win it. But I'm not gonna like let Inter just wash away. I really think they have a chance to do it, but it's really more harder on Inter to win because they have to play practically an almost perfect game. City can make mistakes because they'll just create. They just have so many chances to create. They can easily miss a couple and go back and probably score another one. If Inter miss a vital chance, City will not hesitate to go and capitalize and win the game easily. So I think it's going to be very low scoring. It's going to be very tactical. It's going to be a very chess game of a match. I got Inter taking it though.
Score prediction?
2-1 Inter.
Score prediction?
I'll go 1-0 City.
Yeah, it's nothing big scoring. I think like it's going to be a 1-goal differential for sure.
It could
I'd
be
say 2-0 Man City.
Yeah, 2?
2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
I think it could be kind of like last year's, Madrid and Liverpool. Like, it's just 1 goal to separate them, but it's kind of like a little bit back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much between them.
But that was the episode, man. Connelldinho. What's your actual name, Cam?
Yeah, Cam, yeah.
Yeah, Cam, man. I appreciate it. Obviously, keep up the grind on TikTok, all your content. Do you want to shout out your pages, your accounts real quick for all the fans watching?
Connelldinho on everything. Connelldinho. thank you guys so much for having me. I love you guys' content, of course. I would love to be able to get on another episode one day, hopefully. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for having me. It's been mad fun.
Yeah, man, of course. Appreciate you for joining us. It was very fun. We'll definitely have you on for another episode.
Cool.
We'll keep in touch. And for everyone watching, that was Ladsfootyshow menu. I guess you could say review of the season. I've been your host Viejo, my co-host Keeks. And see you guys next time.
Later.
Peace.